Everybody, and welcome back. Thank you for joining me. I'm Count Christo. This is the wonderful Anbennar. Our knowledge of the world is growing, both in real life and in the game. Worrying discoveries from the new, old world have been percolating through. I haven't seen any big religious schisms quite yet, but news of the death of the King of the Gods are certainly a little bit troubling. We are at war with the orcs to the north, the old Dukan orcs. Just doing a humiliate on them because we have too much aggressive expansion to be doing much else, while steadily working to expand the Empire. Meanwhile, it is a new set of episodes, so it wouldn't be a new set of episodes if Christo hadn't done some modding. Check this out. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You can now pick privileges more easily. You can now release vassals more easily. I can't do that, but the vassal release screen is now this size. And there's one other. Oh yes, the parliaments mechanic, which I don't even know if the mod uses, but I assume it does. Now has a much larger screen. So with that self-shilling out of the way, on with the show. Let's mothball these forts. Although maybe I should be maintaining the forts for the army tradition. 0.5 army tradition is worth 10 points of floating equilibrium army tradition. That's probably not worth it. 10 points of army tradition in exchange for 6 ducats a month. No, that's not even close to working. Well, not 6, 3, right? Because you pay half. West Dames tier is costing us way more than everywhere else. Why is this fort so expensive? What was going on there? It's gone away again. Did I hover over the wrong place? Yes, I hovered over state maintenance. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's worth 3 ducats a month is less crazy, but I don't think it's worth it. Okay, at the end of the last episode, I was getting a little tired, so I'm probably not playing optimally. Let's try and... can't get there. Let's try and refine our play a little bit here. Take that, General. Oh, thought the game was crashing then. I think it's not, fortunately. Are all our armies over here? Yes. Good stuff. So, you have been subjugated. No, you're a half-elk. Well, you may also have been subjugated, but you're a half-orc people. Okay. And who is this that's pushing in here? You're also scowled humans. Okie doke. Let's try and avoid taking too much attrition here. Every bit of attrition you take is a bit of money. Moonhaven has entered into support independence. Okay, that's frustrating. Shouldn't have let that happen. They will pay off their debt to make them loyal again, which will break the support independence modifier. Yeah, because you can see the supporter should go away at the end of this month, I believe. The supporter modifier gets added into relative army power. Oh, and economic power. I didn't know that. Oh, it didn't break the relationship. Interesting. Yeah, the coalition did actually form, which is never a great sign. I'm going to keep working on trying to... Ooh, Pearl's Edge was close to joining. I'll work on trying to keep all these guys opinion positive. 3 there is not going to be the difference maker, is it? Yeah, I'm improving with you already. Goward is very mad. We're going to probably... Well, in 10 years, their aggressive expansion won't be enough for them to join, hopefully. We've got some aggressive expansion over in these parts. Not a crazy amount, and they also quite like us, fortunately. How about you? Yeah, you are very close to being able to join. Let's keep that under control. Yeah, army of theirs going west, huh? We could move... don't have military access through Goward, of course. We are taking attrition up in the hills. Let's stop that. Sweeping goals for this episode. Maybe trying to get some of these guys into the Empire. But really, we need to burn down some aggressive expansion. So maybe I should be going south, trying to cut into Egypt. And what is happening in Egypt right now? So the actual Egyptian lot, it looks like, have been massively diminished, which raises an obvious possibility. 42% war score for their whole country. I could no CB, vassalize, and then mother of all vassal feed. Oh, baby. This guy isn't even strong. This is Elzina, the new sun cult, who think they need to spread their religion all over the lands. That's perfect. Where's your capital? It is up here. Amazing. Okay, how big is your army? Virtually non-existent. All right, I need a transport fleet pronto. That's. I couldn't have designed a more perfect situation to allow us to go and get a bunch of low aggressive expansion in the region that we've currently been annoying expansion. That's awesome. And then look at this. We can do you next. Although this land's probably not that highly developed because this is the equivalent of like. Well, this is. Where I need to look this up. Where is Timbuktu again? Google Maps. Because there's two ways through. Two old trade routes that went through the Sahara, I believe. And one, yeah, the one that goes through what is now the south of Algeria into Niger. Where is Timbuktu? Timbuktu. That's the one in Mali, but is Timbuktu East Mali or West Mali? Timbuktu is West Mali. Yeah, so there's this one. I guess Timbuktu is like here. Obviously, this isn't all one-to-one. And then this is the boundary between like Niger and Chad. Okay, cool. We're saving Diplo points because we're spending it integrating vassals. Okay. And someone's left the coalition. Love to see that vote of confidence in us. Look at all of these war goals. So what is the war goal in this, by the way? Capital. Okay, so let's consolidate this and take a siege stack to siege the capital, while other armies stay nearby to support. Can you go here to here? Yeah, good. You can go here. Can you go here to here? Yes. Good. I think that is the way. We will use the finest kind of siege magic there is. A gun. They are coming in here. Oh, you know what? We should probably pay for that fort. Maybe that one as well. You in this war? You're a knightly order. You're allied to the orcs. You defame the name Lothane. How dare you, a Lothane, fight against us on the side of the orcs? I guess we did just fight them. There's a whole story in that, isn't there? A narrative of the human kingdom, the violent expansionist human kingdom from the south, forging people who would never normally be allies to team up. Except, you know, we're the bad guys. There goes the coalition, but don't let that make you sigh a sigh of relief, because they are ready to reform it at a moment's notice. We are going to wait for this siege to finish before I send these guys down to deal with the various armies, I think. Although, we could probably take that fight. What do you tech? Yeah, you are a tech behind. And you've got a full shock general. To my full shock general. I'd rather just stomp him. Wow, yeah. God, when you full siege. Like siege with a full stack, I mean to say. It really, really demolishes your manpower. I forgot just how important the whole... let's just do... I don't think we need to urgently improve relations with the right people anymore. So let's go do a quick round of subjects. Yeah, when you don't min-max the who's sieging what. Why is this place so bad supply, by the way? It's a deep forest. Move off. Good one anyway. Good stuff. None of that. To the south we go. Also, do they have some bonuses? Is that why I'm losing so much manpower? Oh, yeah, severe winter. Okay. So, I mean, many... when I say stuff like, this is Timbuktu, I think it's quite clear, but... obviously, you know I'm not saying, like, everything about this matches Timbuktu and so on. So, with that disclaimer out of the way, this is Russia. You know, cold winter, big land campaign to conquer it. These could kind of be the Urals. It's kind of Russia in some senses. Alright. Get them driven out here. So do the orcs have any kind of special bonuses? The Horde. They don't seem to have anything. Legacy of the Green Tide is presumably a national tradition. They're not seeming to get any, you know, special units. Their units aren't orc units or anything. Inspirational leader. Nice. Stop there and come north. So if we do want to show strength, it's going to be a journey. I could keep you in the war just for the easy war score, but I think I'd rather have the money. Yeah, I think I'd rather have the money. And yeah, we should probably continue sieging far and wide so we can get enough war score for this actual victory here. Let's reinforce here. Also some... I don't know how big their country is. I guess I could guess for the name of the font. It probably ends about here. But difficult to be safe for sure. We did catch them. Nice. This is forest, which is not ideal. Let's grab a nice 6-shock general. Surprise. I have a good general all of a sudden. Truce with yous ended. Fine. Let's top off relations with you. And you. Yeah, the problem is I now don't remember who I improved relations with last time. So I'm probably going to need to do a bit more manual checking. Oh, 2 opinion. Yeah, it's a little close for comfort. 1 penalty as we drive the orcs out of the woods, but with that shock advantage, we have them on the ropes. 1 war score. 1 war score for that. Seems a little stingy, don't you think? I think we're going to slow down our efforts in this war and let... Oh, those are the 2 I just improved relations with, aren't they? Let our subjects do some of the heavy lifting. Did I let you get to 100? I did. Well, I still need the claims on you. Let's get going on that. Ooh, and mill ahead of time. Yeah, I will eventually do that, but not yet. Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, I was going to slow down the siege progress. Just siege with cannons, I think. Or more or less just cannons. In order to endeavour to take less attrition here. So let's take a cannon stack here. Split these guys up. Decrease the attrition. Increase the looting. Seems good. Nice. I'll take the stability. 3 stability for the first time this campaign, I'm pretty sure. Let's give these forts to our vassal. And I'm specifically giving them to the vassal that's going to exist for the least long. Which I think is advantageous. We'll go with an allies improve as well. Should I be allied to you? Why am I allied to you? Ah, you 2 I was going to make subjects out of, wasn't I? Alright, yeah, let's do a bit of subject management for a moment here. Improve with you. Already improving with you. Good. Now, you improve relations faster the closer you are to 0 relations, but that seems boring. I don't want to wait. Let's just go ahead and get all the other relations that we need to get with them, I think, at best pace. How many cannons have I got left around here? Wasn't there another cannon army? Is it just the 3 here? I think it's just the 3 here. Okay. Well, we'll take those cannons and go siege in. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm not just gonna let the vassals do it, but I'll just support vassal armies with cannon armies, I think. We've got to make really certain that our cannon armies don't get caught, because they will melt. They will absolutely melt in actual attacks. Which is obviously not what we want. They're very expensive. Okay. So obviously some more sieging to be done down here. Just of some unoccupied land. As long as we keep our armies relatively close together. Well, no, you know what? We really should be conserving our manpower. So let's establish a perimeter thusly. And then send small stacks to actually do the sieging. Good. Just try and minimize that attrition we take as much as possible. I mean, not as much as possible, but a lot. A lot. Got Rigsby. So now we really need to start exploring, which is kind of dangerous, because there could be a big enemy stack on any one of these provinces. So we will have to take some attrition. Again, not have to, but I think it would be prudent for us to take some attrition while pushing through here in order to avoid walking into a stack wipe. Okie doke. What else do we need? Right, the vassals. Hello. Marry me. By the way, neighbouring rival, also marry me. Yes, allied to rival, they obviously don't love. That's fine. Now, do I get the admin ideas first, or do I rush exploration ideas? Obviously, doing this will save us 10% admin costs, and the sooner we get that, the better. But if it's only on 3 techs, they cost a base of 600. That's only 180 admin it saves us. And by filling out this whole tree, it will substantially delay us getting to level 10. But we can't get to level 10 right now. Like, we're not going to get to ahead of time. You get 1 tech every... What is it? These are the kind of things that I don't know that I think make me worse at EU4. Just having stuff like this in my head. How many years ahead of time are you if you take a tech the second it's not ahead of time? Is it 10? I think it's 10, which means I think we do have time to get these, which is good, because it's going to get us core creation cost and stability cost and all that good stuff. So I think we will go that way. By the way, if we do go exploration, which I very much think we will, what does that pair with? 5% settler chance, 10% settler increase. It's not nothing in the most technical sense. And then anything with dip? Nothing with dip, huh? Ouch. Ouch. Okie doke. Cannons. Cannons to the fore. We'll be using them soon. Just keep exploring. Good stuff. Ooh, 93. Okay, they do not go far this way. This must be where all their forts are, basically. 94 already. We are going to let you go for your money. And some prestige. Down to 90. How do you feel about show strength at 90? Close. Very close. So yeah, we did take a lot of attrition in this war. Really, really quite inefficient. About, what, 50,000? Looks like. Oh, what a good guess. Okay, well, we only took 35,000, but still. Pretty good guess. Our subjects are moving in. I would like to explore more of this land ourselves. And then let's have the rest of us, these guys, start heading home, I think. But yeah, my favourite kind of exploring is definitely advancing into other land. Alanth, major trade city from Vertek to Gouten, home of the few elves found in Goward, as well as the most southern friendly of the Gowardie cities. Yeah, level 3, John Guna. Okay, we get some trade efficiency and 50% cheaper, and I'm just going to say competition's good for everyone. Do I want to employ old John Guna? He is only 3 ducats. I do love the improved relations. I would also love the trade efficiency. What is our current trade efficiency? 24%, so that will take us up to 134. It's like a 9% improvement. It's like 2 and a bit ducats a month right there, plus a ducat there, so like 3 ducats a month. That's a lot. In the current state of affairs, that's a lot. But I think we are not capped by money right now. I mean, I talk about what limits our expansion a lot. Hey, there's a Stellan. Nice. Where obviously it's very rarely so simple. You know, if you say you're capped by manpower, isn't that capped by money? Unless you've built all the manpower buildings you could possibly build. But right now, I feel like we are mostly capped by aggressive expansion rather than money. Having more money, you know, if we had infinite money, aggressive expansion wouldn't matter. But, you know, in the realistic sense, that's what I think we're capped by. Full core this. Full, you know, what do you call it? Register it as a thingamajob. What am I trying to say? Make it a state. That's the one. And then Asmari, I will promote. I think we're not that far away from being able to get pluricentric Anbennar, but we are kind of, another way of looking at it is we're thousands of ducats away. So maybe it would be foolish to attempt to keep it. I think this fort can go, by the way. What is that? A magical fortress! Nice! And I just deleted the fort. That's cool. Well, maybe I get rid of this. Oh, you have a magical fortress too. Stalin, you built 2 magical fortresses? That's cool. We're going to get rid of one of them, which is sad. How do you destroy a magical fortress, by the way? Take that fight. And I want to... Yeah, I just want to get full exploration over these guys so that next time we fight them, in case for whatever reason we're struggling to fight in this region next time, to have the area fully understood. You guys can go on home. And here are our transports. Grab our fleet. The first navy down here, in fact. Right up here. The first armies down here, rather, I will send across the coast to deal with this guy. They are defending in a conquest of where? Akiba. Akbia. It's you. Okay. Why are you involved in that war? Wait, what? Were they in that war already earlier? Either way, I'm going to declare this war. It is an OCB war, but I don't want to miss the opportunity. And it causes, you know, 10 flat aggressive expansion. But 10 flat aggressive expansion with someone who's a different culture, different religion, different continent, not a big deal. Is continent a direct modifier on aggressive expansion, or is it just distance? EU4. Oh, the wiki's down, isn't it? I think. At least it was this morning. But it's not now. Nice. Yeah, the modifiers, if you don't know the modifiers on aggressive expansion, you should definitely take a look at learning them because it's very, very useful. Okay, hang on, where is it? Okay, here it is. So, basic aggressive expansion is obviously calculated based off the development, as everybody knows. But it is increased by... obviously the CB, and then religion. So if it's not the same religion, if you are the same religion rather, it's increased by 50%. The amount of aggressive expansion that gets actually received by countries. And the culture modifier is 50%, and 25 for the different culture in the same culture group. So same culture, literally same culture, effective 50% increase, 25% more if it's in the same culture group. HRE modifier is 100%. Distance is calculated in-game between the conquered province and the nearest province of the target country, rounded to the nearest 100, capped at 400. Okay, so someone who is 400 distance away. Now, I forget... There's no way in-game to see the distance between 2 provinces. The best thing you can do is use colonial range, but it's a bit jank. So it's not continent. But that's interesting. So just hopping onto the continent next door doesn't help you out. Ally modifier, you only take 2/3 if you are allied. And it's 1 otherwise. So, well, sorry. Yeah, you only take 2/3 of what you would otherwise take if you're allied to someone. Subject modifier is 10%, so you get 10% as much with your subjects. And then there's also the spy network stuff. Okay, so it's actually slightly simpler than I thought. There's no continent modifier. I thought there was. I thought there was, but clearly I am wrong. So we're deep in the forests of Russia taking attrition here. How very fitting. Let's keep finding out what there is to see here. Any gold, by the way? Yeah, there is. Interesting. Alright. Has my army arrived yet? Not quite. They're on their way. Don't have many cannons, but we won't need many cannons for this war. Just really hoping we get there first. You know what? If we vassalize them, it will give us a war against this guy. Not just a war, a conquest war. Because we'll inherit his our subjects' conflict. That will be funny. Any more to be found here? Yep, you go south. Ah, made a mistake there. Log's End. This place is cool. Great upgrade, the great project. Okay, so a little bit more admin. We can get another Dove Road going. And I will obviously be beelining towards those required for pluricentric Anbennar. Here next. Yeah, so they go deep into the woods here. Oh, damn. I am prepared to spend that much money on effectively about 115 admin. Although, I mean, to get level 3 stability costs a lot more than 115 admin. Oops. Didn't need to redirect him. Never mind. So this is the old Egyptians. The Egyptian cat-headed worshippers being driven out by the elves. So how did you manage that? You have a bunch of allies? Right, so the Sun Elves probably all teamed up on these guys. And who is this that's now being fought? Is this old Sun cult being driven out? No, you're a dwarf. Great Hold. The Republic is a straight ruled by its citizens. Dwarves are republics, apparently. And you have ancestor worship and West Dwarven. That's interesting that they... Why are you outside the mountain? Interesting. Interesting. Gender of the diet. Damn it! I didn't click the button. That's my bad. Did we get a pop-up saying we could? No, we actually couldn't do it yet. I didn't know that was possible. Huh. Interesting. Hire a mercenary. You get some loyalty and mercenary maintenance. Build base production or base manpower. I'd probably rather build. You're probably going to be asking me to build it in a silly location, aren't you? No. Okay, that's a fine place for a marketplace. We'll do that straight away, because otherwise I'll forget. Silver-blooded, again. So this would decrease half elves to coexistence, unfortunately. So we will need to do the small increase, which will cost us quite a bit of money in the form of corruption. But oh well. It looks like they're doing border. What's it called? Frontier colonization. You got frontier colonization? Don't seem to, unless it's been enabled some other way. Okay, you guys can go on home. Whoops! Got these guys all suffering attrition for no reason. Did you raise an army? You did not. Excellent. So kind of 4-2-6, 4-2-3. Nah, let's just take cannons. Should be fine. Take a good general. Let's go invade. And then you guys can split up a bit. Actually, let's rally in the capital so we can reorganize. Is that as far east as you go? Looks like it might be. Oh, I see you are colonizing. Interesting. Ogre majority. The Green Orc Ogish. Wow, look at that dude. The paunch on him. Orcish majority, half Orcish. That's true. I've been assuming the half Orcs are half human. I guess that's doesn't necessarily follow from the name. It could be half ogre. I suspect they're half human, but we really, I don't want to develop these places with loads of autonomy. So I think I will focus on a few slightly lower down. Seems good. Just don't want the millpower to go to waste, obviously. Right. The vassals. I'm not using my diplomats. Foolish. We'll guarantee you. Guarantee you. Okay, and then spy on you, I guess. So you have quite a few allies. Yeah, it would be a 32,000. Oh, but right now you wouldn't join. That's good. Take them a while to respond. Got kind of low manpower, but maybe we're going to go straight into a war here. In which case, let's get some spy network strength, because you have got some forts. You take any military ideas? Quality, yeah. But no magical rulers. It's something I like to see. And this sun cult, I mean, they need putting in their place, don't they? Alright, you guys, let's have you split up. And yeah, I want to take land off this guy, and we will, but I just can't afford to be causing more aggressive expansion in these parts right now. How are you so much more mad with me than you were? Annexed a member of the Empire of Anbennar. I forgot about that. I assume that's a vanilla mechanic. Not a new one. I completely forgot that was going to happen. That's put a lot of the Empire against me right when I'm trying to do a reform, I now realize. That's not ideal. That's not ideal. Oh well. We may have to do some Imperial Grace bestowing. But that's not the end of the world. Okay, got these guys fully occupied? Yes, good. Okay, you can go. We would like show strength, please. Not offer tribute. Show strength. Oh yeah, had I made this window bigger by the time we last played? I think I had. This screen is now much bigger, and this screen is now much bigger. Quite pleased with those. I think that went well. There's the everlasting victory of their humiliation. And you guys, yeah, just come straight to the capital, please. Good stuff. So we will need to do different kinds of wars against them. There's some vassal feeding to be done, all kinds. But for now, I'll just take the Monic points and be glad. Should I be taking loans to build the Dove Road to get this going? I don't know. It would be big loans. Probably not. Probably not worth taking out loans to achieve it. Right. Land and besiege. Yeah, let's try not to take too much attrition. Obviously, we took a fair amount doing our little exploration, but it will be useful for the future. So they're interesting. I mean, they're even the right color to be Russia, right? But that seems like a fun game, playing kind of Orc Unifier in the north. The fools who went on the first attack had the wrong idea, but we know what's up, and we're gonna make it work this time. That seems fun. Right, we are losing the innovativeness bonus, and I will overspend to keep our innovativeness cranking. Adventurer bands. Ooh, 2 offensive shock pips. Yes, please. I'll take that. And I'm not going to bother bringing over more troops until we have a port occupied. Cardesi criminal apprehended. The letter of the law. What is this? The Augur Queen's curse, sometimes referred to as the curse of the Cardesi, is famous. After a set period of time, they must leave their encampments and move on, settling somewhere new. But 4, they once more move on from there as well. If not practiced regularly, the curse is invoked and consumes the life. Wow. A special criminal case came to our attention. A member of the Cardesi community has been caught committing a petty crime. Normally, a few months in jail would teach these kind of criminals the enemy of their case, but in this case, the jail sentence is effectively a death sentence. Our jurists are debating whether to uphold the letter of the law or issue a special edict. Wow. I mean, 15 unrest in one province is not that bad. These guys are actually cursed to have to constantly migrate. God, that'll be a pain. I'm going to take the local unrest because I'm worried that if I do the other thing, I'm going to the whole nation's going to suffer a curse. This font, by the way, is heinous. No longer a valid rival. That makes sense. Do we have any valid rivals? We don't. Nor any heirs. We could really do with an heir. Let's get some marriages going with our subjects. Try and get them back on side that way. I will also put someone back on outraged countries. Now I made that little oopsie of annexing an empire, member of the Empire of Anbennar. You know, happens to the best of us. We all make mistakes. Oh well. Oh well. You give me trade power as well. Eskin. Eskin served as the chivalric capital of the chivalric kingdom of Farion, which was founded by Martin during the War of the Sorcerer King. Cursewood was a mostly bloodless revolt. I think we had a better claim. Cool. Dev cost. Nice. I'll take that. I'll take that. You guys can both be offered military access for a bit more opinion. Start working on these claims. Their boats have been driven out to face us. I don't think they have an army still, so this should go fine. You guys can be transported over. Let's start reorganizing into our 6 cannon stacks. Good stuff. Everyone down from the north now? Yes, just you left. We should probably leave 1 stack at home just to kind of, you know, deal with any rebels. There's no outraged countries you can improve relations with? No, okay, I thought there would be. Right, so in terms of getting this reform through, it would be really ideal if we could pass it before we go overseas to war. And I bet we can. We're going to need a bit of improved relations, but hey, Avancost is willing to be friends again. That's funny. But we'll see what we can do with some improved relations, and obviously as the Imperial Authority ticks higher and higher, we'll be in a better and better position there. Now, does being at peace change your aggressive expansion tick down? I feel like it does. So yeah, 23 aggressive expansion is quite a bit. That plus the no CB is certainly impressive, but look at all of these cores. Look at them all. It's absurd. Boom. The War of Wexand Aggression. Oh right, yeah, this war. I completely forgot. We will go deal with that, I suppose. Entirely neglected to remember that was a thing. You gonna lock in on that? Seems foolish, even with the Highlands penalty. I think we're gonna trounce you. Some reinforcements in. I don't think we're gonna take much off them because again, we are gonna suffer from some aggressive expansion. I could just take the gold province. Yes. Yes. That seems good. Let's merge all the armies together so we can get a little bit reorganized. In fact, are we over the force limit? We're at the force limit. Okay. I'll leave these guys as a bit of a siege, a cannon-heavy home stack, maybe. Well, I probably shouldn't, should I? We haven't got any rebels that are likely to fire in the immediate future. So maybe I should use my use all my troops to make this a slam dunk war here. And they have taken land down here, which is occupied by me. Ah, because it was occupied by this guy, I guess. Interesting. Okay, yeah, I'll take that. That'll let me explore further. Nice, and it's a long way away, so shouldn't make too much difference. So colonial range. The distance caps out at 400, but yeah, effective distance is 999 if it's coast. So the distance from, you know, here to here is about the maximum. So if you're that far away, aggressive expansion is decreased by... Nuts, the wiki doesn't have that one actually. it does. It's decreased. It's multiplied by 1 over distance plus. Sorry, 1 plus distance over 100 times 0.75. Okay, so if the distance is 100, it'll be 1 plus 1 times 0.75. So 1 point something. 1.5. So if it was 300, it would instead be 1 plus... sorry, if it was 400, it'd be 1 plus 4? That doesn't seem right. It would be higher the higher the distance is. That must somehow be a negative modifier. I feel like that sum is not displaying correctly. Anyway, the further away it is, the better it is, obviously. Being able to take this won't cause too much problems. I mean, we can see precisely now. It will cause almost no aggressive expansion anyway, because it's basically uninhabited. There is a large Gnollish minority. Yeah, so the population over here is all... Well, it's human. Yeah, because the Egypt lads are human. But then I assume you guys are all elvish. Yeah, so we need to start being nice to the elves. And it's important that we're nice to the elves, because we are currently... I think only at coexistence with the elves. Is it half-elven coexistence? No, we are integrated. Jolly good. Okay. Can someone diet? Oh, yeah. So it doesn't reset... When we get the primacy of the... Supremacy of the crown, it doesn't actually reset the cooldown. Interesting. Adventurers, merchant guilds. At least one province in the Dancing Sisters area, which it will tell me is over here. A bountiful land called the Dancing Sisters. It would give us colonial enthusiasm. We would fail this in 1523. I bet I can get there by 1523, and I would like the global settler increase. Yeah, this seems like a good deal, actually. Unless anything else is really good. 4,000 manpower. I mean, this wouldn't go amiss right now. 10 prestige. Whoa. Old Damaranth having a mage tower would give us bunch of points. I mean, what do mage towers give us again? More influence for these guys. How much is it? 5. Is it worth spending 450 ducats when you're trying to use the money for something else to get 100 mono points? I know it's not 100. No. I'm going to go with the Dancing Sisters. Locks us in to wanting to go for exploration ideas. But that's okay. That's what I wanted anyway. Use changes in your estates no longer pursue Dancing Sisters. They lose that. What? Crap. That's weird. Why? Should have read the failure conditions. I guess there was something like must know of the Dancing Sisters. But in which case, that really ought to be in the, you know, can get the mission conditions as well as the other one. Alright, you lads. New Dove Road time. Yes, please. We would like Borders, Esmaria. Oh yeah, I was going to do the other one of these, wasn't I? I did one of these already, I think. Can I see it on the map? Yeah, I did. Must be this one that I've done already. So we need West Dameshead Dove Road. Oh, I can't do West Dameshead. Well, I can do Borders, so let's do that. And I know that's costing me admin when I'm supposed to be taking admin ideas and admin tech and so on, but I like the mission tree. I was trying to think, like, what shall I say that justifies it? And I was like, no, there aren't really any good excuses. I just like the mission tree. Okay, you still in this war? Yes. Allies still not joining you? Yes. Jolly good. Well, as soon as we win this... In fact, we should be doing it already, shouldn't we? Let's start getting some of our people across the sea. Oh, you need a little bit of repair. Well, only a couple of you. Oh, we stole a carrack. That's funny. Let's bring these guys over. We are going to take a fight with 2 ships, but I think we can handle that. Good stuff. You guys hop on over. We'll be ready to invade the elves. So the Sun Elves have been busily unifying their bay. Where is this thematically? I mean, if this is... I'm not really sure. Where would you put the new Sun Cult? I guess this could be Islam. They're, well, but where's the confliction between the old and new Sun Cult? I mean, the old Sun Cult could be, like, Judaism, I guess. And not everything has to have a one-to-one analogy, obviously. I like this song. Okie doke. I should probably just combine these guys somewhere. Oh, I didn't realize the port was on the other side of the island for these. Oh well, not a big deal. Hop on over. The rest of you unify up somewhere with a lot of supply limit, like here. Perfect. Buffer road complete. Missing localization. No matter. We forgive them. So yeah, the auto-improve thing is improving with Goward, which is, you know, hiding to nowhere, but for the sake of convenience, I think I will accept it. I will also improve with subject countries. You are so close. So very close. Have military access, both of you. That should do it. I don't want to be taking attrition over here from lack of supply, so let's be careful how many we transport over. So for you, I mean, what if we just took them all, though? Like, it's a lot of aggressive expansion, yet again, but it's not that much. 13 with the Vern? A piddling, a trifling little bit of aggressive expansion. Then we could take these as well, just for the sake of it. But we shouldn't. We shouldn't. Be restrained. How long until this claim expires? 4 years. So if we don't take this, we are going to lose the claims. Okay, but we'll be a bit restrained. Oh, yeah, okay. We'll only take the gold mine and this one for the access. We shouldn't be taking aggressive expansion right now. It's just not the right time. And we shouldn't be wasting... yeah, personal unit monarch death is not great. We don't need there. We shouldn't be wasting admin points that we don't need to. This, by the way, is our first trade company province. Nice. So remind me how trade companies work in the base game. They give you 25% extra governing costs, but then you can do trade company investments. Nice. Very cool. Well, we're not going to be doing any of that anytime soon, and I will increase the autonomy. I really don't want to have to deal with unrest down here. They are a heretic culture. Yeah, the heretic culture thing is going to be a real problem. We're going to need to do some converting, probably. Although, yeah, we may do things like accept Hapemity and then integrate some of the neighboring ones into it because it's cheaper to culture convert when there's neighboring cultures and so on. So, yeah, we may get into some of that. Your liberty desire is high. You know what? It's a great point. Probably should improve relations with you, huh? You guys... let's bring the cannons over first. How many ships have you got? Yeah, enough ships that I really should have all my men in the correct continent before we declare this war. I guess the other way of looking at these guys could be they're kind of... they're a bit like... what's the name? Like Alexander the Great's successor states? What are they called? The Alexandrian... They have a... There's a mass noun, which I forget. It comes up in the context of Imperator Rome. I can't remember what it is. I should be taking trade off you as well. Should also be improving relations with you. What is the name I'm trying to think of? The... Oh, Dodaki. Didaci. Something like that. I think don't you'll know what I mean. You know what I mean. Okay, so we are taking some attrition here, which is not ideal. I would like to be at war, just so we don't randomly die and get put under a PU, because that would really mess with stuff. Ah, yes, right. Oh god, I was totally about to declare, completely forgetting to reform. Nice. Okay, I think... yeah, we're getting to the point where I can't bring anyone else over without attrition. So, we probably want to come off a few of these, hand out a little bit of Imperial Grace, enough to knock, where it would be enough to knock, or almost knock people out of the coalition range. So you, I don't think we're going to get these two, are we? No. You we could get, I mean, we can't, but close. Still passing? Yes, just. Okay, good. So, a permanent Parliament. Institute a permanent session of the Imperial Parliament. So important matters can be brought forward to it as and when they happen. 50% more Imperial authority from free cities. Boom. Parliament of Abencost, an appropriate location to host it. And now we get a modifier on this province, I think. Yeah, Parliament, 5% local dev. Nice. And now it's on to Emperor's Will. And we are at 0.52 per month. We're really close to abolish elections. I mean, at 0.52 a month, that means every 10 months we get 5. So 50 months, we can do a reform, basically. Realistically, maybe slightly more often than that, or less, depending on if there's peace in the Empire and depending on if we get any events, but that's pretty good. It's pretty darn good. We are approaching the cap on dip. Well, that's interesting. Being ahead of time on mill, such that we need colonialism, means the military power cap has increased, but the dip hasn't. Has that always been granular? I'm not sure I knew that. That's very cool. Well, I can't spend the dip on ideas yet, so I guess I'll just take one of these. Seems good. Seems good. Caravels coming up. Nice. I will keep one diplomat on outraged. Another road complete. And yeah, I think... do I declare war? Or do I get absolutely everyone I could potentially get over, even though I'll take attrition, knowing that we might not be able to bring reinforcements, because their navy might beat ours. I think that's the safer play. They like us right now. That's funny. Oh, their other ally won't come in. Glorious. Glorious, glorious. Yeah, okay, well, we have to declare now, then. It's a risk. A risk I am willing to take. We will make Ponkanat, aka Alexandria, the goal. Okay, cool. Ponkanat. Our allies won't join because it's too distant. Yep. And you, I can full call without anyone else joining. That's around. So is there any reason to not full call you? I don't think so. And before we invade this fine land, let's learn a little bit about it. We have the Great Library. Oh, sorry, this isn't Alexandria. This is Alexandria. Here's the Great Library. Jolly good. Unfortunately, the culture group is that the province owner must like gnomes and have a culture accepted. Okay, so we mustn't ever culture convert this province or it won't work. And it gives us 10% and a random candidate bonus. It's only really useful if we're... I mean, the idea cost is fine, but the random candidate bonus is only useful if you're a republic. Other than that, not many stuff, not much stuff rather down here. Everest base camp, increasingly convinced that's what that is. Yeah, not much. What's this? Ooh, global tolerance of the true faith. Unfortunately, you have to have Mother Asik or the Farangalan Pantheon in order to achieve that one. Yeah, well, we'd already seen those. Never mind. You guys are on the way down. Right, yeah, declare this war. So, Ponkenhat, call that guy, because there's no reason not to. In fact, there is a reason to do so, specifically to break up their alliances. Because if you ever get an opportunity to call someone in and their allies refuse, I do tend to like to do so. We'll put our best general, our best foot forwards, you know. Generals. And then total fleet size. Yeah, they would beat us, for sure. because obviously we're not bringing our full fleet to bear each time. I am going to immediately blast through the cannons just to give us access to some more of this area, and yeah, here comes their fleet. Leaving some guys at home is a good idea, especially now that the force we're facing is way diminished. So I think we will leave these guys here, but they might land, you know, they could aggressively land against us. Can I move in here, by the way? I can. Nice. I'll be having any and all cannons on these two armies. Good. And we're up to 41,000, getting 1,000 manpower a month, 1,100 in fact, even better. Could probably take a fight here with their ships and then retreat, but I don't really want to risk it. Yeah, I think probably not. Let's keep blasting through these cannons. We've got loads. I mean, we're 17 years ahead of time on mill. Of course, as soon as I say that, our mill advisor dies. I think we will spend the 9 for the morale of armies guy. I'm going to keep big armies at the front, even though it's causing us lots of attrition, just because I can't see any further and I don't want to risk any problems there. Silverforge, sharing their knowledge of provinces, 125 provinces. West Dwarvenar. Ah, probably because they're Dwarven tech group. Yeah. How does it work again? You get vision on things that your tech group can see 50 years after your tech group discovers it? Is that how it works? This Dove Road is expanding around here. Excellent. How are we doing on this one? Have we got the Dove Road ready for that? No, neither of these. Getting there though, getting there. So enemy fleet is not immediately visible. So maybe I will send one more army. Bring these guys to the coast. We'll go to the nearest port. These two ports are equidistant. Does the travel time from the center of the province to the port differ? Or is it always 2 days? I think it might always be 2 days. I'm not certain though. War weary population. We have been at war for a while. I will lose the army tradition. And in fact, we have lots of dip right now. Let's buy that all the way down. It's probably, yeah, it might be a bad idea, but just keeping things... Ugh. No, I'm gonna... yeah, okay. Felt like I was flush with dip a second ago. Now less so. Oh well. A few hundred down. Not the worst thing in the world. United Duchies expired, yeah. As all our mission tree things run out, I think our economy will somewhat degrade. Can I get straight to you? I can. Let's take a slightly larger army. And then aim to do so. Nirat. There goes the other siege. Nice. These guys are actually going to do the siege. The others will just try. Let's get a nice carpet siege, by the way. If you're not familiar with how to do this, by the way, it's a shortcut key that Arumba originally added to... As I recall, Arumba added it to CK2, and then Paradox added it to CK2, and then also much later added it to E4 as well. So if you select a whole stack of things, right-click and then hit V, 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 click V, click V, click V, it deselects one of the units in the stack. I think the bottom one, but I'm not sure. Can I walk there? I can't. It's unfortunate. Well, let's just stack up next to the fort then. Did Arumba add the actual original shortcut key? I think he did. I can't remember. It was a long time ago now. Corporation cost down is nice. Especially because I realized I forgot to call one of these things. Oh no, that's the... No, I did. I never called this. Oh, because we converted it first. That's right. Gadasi host. Leave them be. I wonder why I keep getting that pop-up. Would I be getting a different pop-up if I were not human, maybe? Because they're human wanderers, at least based on that event picture. They look like human wanderers. Can you walk straight from here to here? You can't. Okay, so I better keep this guy a bit better reinforced then. Bring these armies down. It's a little troubling, actually. It's 30,000 right here. Got to keep a closer eye on the situation. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Did I remember add the original V to deselect? It was for ooh, Notion minority growing in Old Damaranth. Cool. It was for the for raiding in CK2 was the situation where I learnt it. I think it was from his shortcut keys mod and then got integrated. I could be misremembering though. Anyway, come on down here. Right, Splendor ability. Might as well get the combat bonus now that we don't have a mage. Oh, hello. You have nowhere to run, do you? You probably don't have any military access. Nice. The birth of colonialism. That is a shame, because if we were not that far off getting it ourselves, but having taken it as our third idea group, we can hardly complain. It spawned here. With the rediscovery of the elven homeland Alantir, heralded a new era not just for the colonizers, but the colonized. It's led to the spread of materials and techniques, as well as a realization of the vastness of the globe. Well, I mean, partly, but people calculated the size of the globe a long time before the birth of colonialism. Anyway, I guess this is in lore, right? Animals, crops, silver, and diseases spread across Ulues's lament. The first steps have been taken towards a truly global economy. Foreign lands being mapped and documented. Very cool. So, colonialism is here, and it can only spread via adjacency or having colonies yourself. Yes. So, that is a bit of a problem. They do kind of like me right now. So I was going to vassalize them. I'm still going to vassalize them. Let's do it after allying with them so they can sell us colonialism, which we will. Or we could partly dev push in the capital to get, actually. We are going to cross a river here, but I think we should be able to carry the day. I should have checked their tech first, but it's not problematic. Ooh, look at that morale advantage. Our morale is pretty superb. Nice. Trounced them. 10,000 casualties in the bag. And now we can push straight down here, I think. And then the rest of these guys can just carpet siege up the rear, basically. Just slightly unfortunate turn of phrase. Now I think about it. And we would like to seize control of this coast. Cruel. Damn. We would like to seize control of this coast so that we can cross onto their capital. And yes, what are we going to want to do? Have they fixed this, by the way? Let's use this as an example. Ponkahat. Ponkahat causes 1.2 aggressive expansion and costs 6 war score. But if we swap occupation to them, and then we take Ponkahat, it's 1 aggressive expansion and 5 war score, which is because it's applying my admin efficiency. Okay. It's not that. Do you have admin efficiency? How could I tell? I don't think I could. Interesting. Well, there goes my theory. I always thought that was because it was applying your admin efficiency. It must just be that the war goal is coded such that it prefers ceding provinces over returning provinces, which is weird. You can only cede provinces that you've occupied, which makes sense. Oh, hello. That's unfortunate. That's a fort. Did you walk there? They did. You get access through this guy, who did lose his war, by the way, it looks like. Although, maybe didn't lose any land, I think. Interesting. Interesting. And is allied to someone within the Sun Cult. So here comes their navy. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Can I get away? I can! That's excellent news. Which means, oh, didn't really, not so much get away as get caught somewhere else. But they're not going to be here for 4 days, by which point we'll probably have won. Close to. But the important thing is, when we retreat, oh, can't retreat yet. When we retreat down here, nice. Their big navy will come and blockade us in here, instead of being where they should be, down here, stopping me crossing this river. That's the idea anyway. They won't be able to see me until I stop shattered retreating. Didn't quite go to plan. Where's their big navy? Probably this port, maybe? Let's see if we can punch through here real quick. Come on, cross, cross, cross. Looks like we're going to make it. Nice. You guys just duck back into port. We'll handle these guys. Job's a good un, and that will more or less be this war wrapped up in a nice little bow. Fabulous. Okie doke. Yeah, driven them back here. Gonna take some serious attrition on the siege, but it's not the end of the world. Send over a couple more cannons to get the full bonus. And let's blast a hole in the wall. I probably shouldn't have done that. I might want to dev push, try and get colonialism unlocked, but we'll see. Colonialism gives you what? Trade power modifier? Yeah, so it's not too dramatic. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And in terms of what we actually want from you, it looks like it's going to cause not very much aggressive expansion, but it will cause quite a lot, simply because I know giving these away, giving them to these to the vassal early is going to cost us a little bit of money, by the way, but it's not a huge deal. Yeah, so it is going to cause some aggressive expansion, but not a great deal, because obviously it's a Reconquista war. So even though this is quite high dev land, actually didn't look. It's okay. It's moderately high dev land, I would say. It's not like city dev level. Is that the right lot? Yep, good. So the whole lot is only 11. Amazing. They have some claims. We should probably take some for ourselves as well. They don't have a core here, right? No. Nice. Okay, we'll have that for ourselves then. And we could actually get our first trading company, potentially. If we take this as well. Up to 96. Yeah, and look at that. Not a single elf will form a coalition against us for this. Nice. So yeah, we'll do that. Not a single, you know, elf from down here anyway. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Looking good. And we have driven them out of up here. Nice. We is strong. Vassals did. Let's send that fort back off. Don't learn from our mistakes. And then finally core this place, which I've stupidly left uncored for so long. Good stuff. And then after these two sieges, we'll be in a good spot, and we can start considering... Oh, you have cores up here as well. I forgot about that. Excellent. That's great news. Alright, you lot... Yeah, well, I mean, we'll go do that next, basically. Easy money. Other potential center of trades that we could grab. I'll probably yoink all 3 of those centers of trade for myself, although that is getting a bit closer to the Empire, so I'll need to be a little cautious about aggressive expansion, but yeah, that's excellent. That's really good news. If we can have them hold most of the land, but us hold the centers of trade, that seems ideal right now, because I don't have much admin spare to core stuff, but I'd love the trade power and the merchants, obviously. Up to 32 ducats here now. We could do with more trade power in our core region, of course, but I'm not sure if that's going to be doable. We have the war goal, don't we? Yeah. I mean, it's certainly possible for us to get more trade in the core region, but is it worth it when we should probably just be focusing on pushing reforms? Haven't seen any problems pop up with religion yet. I know it's going to happen. It is inevitable. You know what we could do with? Is piecing this guy out. He's not keen on the idea. Let's bring some more people down. Yeah, manpower is lowering, but not fast. So that's good. And yeah, money, again, I mean, similar story. Increasing, but not fast. Which is not ideal. But oh well. We're making it work. We're making it work. Right, yeah, you two. That's the way we can make some more money. 2 new vassals. Can't believe I forgot to do that for so long. It took way longer than we needed to get those 2 vassals done. And we do now have 1 more vassal than we would want, ideally. I could finally abandon this guy. I don't really know why we kept him around so long, to be honest. What does it actually cost us? It does cost us 10 Imperial Authority. You know what? That's enough reason. That's enough reason to keep him basically indefinitely. Two of a kind. Level 3 Statesman, 50% off. I already have a cheap dip advisor, so I'll just take the straight dip. Iscan Stands has expired. Yeah. Maybe because I invaded and it's not really standing. Blade Breaker is still cruising through here. Okay, so I can't walk past this fort, unfortunately, but with 5 cannons, we're blitzing through at a decent rate. You started knowledge sharing to someone else? You have. It's unfortunate. So that strategy isn't going to work. We will vassalize them in the end. They are allied to Wineport. Hey, Wineport, that's good actually. Because we could... haven't you annexed someone? It doesn't look like you have. Or is this place? Yeah, you have. Okay, good. So we can spit out this province from Wineport, and we can get them to transfer trade to us, which will help because we need 30% of the Bay of Wines for another mission. There's that occupation, up to 90%. It's got to be enough. I don't want to be spending more time than I need to down here taking attrition fighting these guys, so we'll just take the peace. Boom. Could have spidered my way along here to get access to more enemies. Probably, maybe should have, but it's okay. It's okay. Shall I core first or convert first? Missionary strength is negative. So we'll do that. And in fact, if I'm going to make it in the trade company, we're not going to convert it. So that trade company is going to be instantly catapulted to pretty strong. What are we at? 24.9% of the land-based trade power is just in those two. This province here has a trade power modifier. Looks like. What is that? Elysian Sunrise. Yeah, and obviously these two with their estuaries. So the estuaries aren't that big. If we upgrade these, we might be able to get there. In fact, I will do that right away. This one's just an estuary as well. Yeah. Yeah, with that upgraded, what are we looking at? Sorry, that's this one. Yeah. 35. Oh, pretty close. Still not quite though. There's a couple more down here. You have cores on all of that, so you seem like a good target. You've got 37,000. Oh, you're another... have you taken... You have. They've taken charge of the mandate. The current steward of sorrow. It's now this chappy down here. Interesting. He's got one ally who's weak. Well, maybe I fight him first. But either way, we fight them in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching. In the next episode, yeah, we will push our new subjects' lands further south, improve relations with them, ideally get them happy enough with us that I can transfer trade. In fact, they already are. Superb. And with a measly 85, I will definitely pay off their debt. Look at that. 100% from events, province defections, and performance developed by landlords, and paid off loans 15%. They are very, very loyal, and that's going to give us a stranglehold over this, ripping that wealth up north into Abancost. Glorious. Yes, it looks like our armies are going to remain overseas for a while longer. Where is a high... This is the highest supply limit province in these parts. Good. Now, these people are obviously mad, but that was all just retaking cores, so they're not that mad. Magnificent. This far, no farther, you sun cult. You can stay in your bay and be powerful there, that's fine, but you're not coming over here. What did that say? The Hunt. What a great name. We still can't quite see under the mountain, so I can't see any of these dwarven holds, which I assume some of them are dwarven holds and some of them are not, but we'll see. Oh, is that one I can see? It is! Cool. What are you building? A digging operation. Cool. A cavernous hold. Beautiful underground cave. Interesting. Interesting. I'm really looking forward to playing as a dwarf and trying to do a kind of like dev pushing, build tall builds style gameplay. I think it'd be really interesting because yeah, I normally don't do that. As I say, I normally don't build tall and I normally don't push dev, so I think focusing on that as a dwarf would be fun. Anyway, ooh, and we can seize land. Let's do that before I forget. Yep. Up to 39%. Crownland. Glorious. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next episode.